Get ready to take a look behind the scenes and enter the impossible for the Between Two Minds podcast with our hosts, Judge Mentalist and Bernardo Rodriguez. Can they really tell you what you're thinking?
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another live stream episode of the Between Two Minds Behind the Scenes podcast. As you probably know by now, we are live streaming all weekend here from the Michigan Hypnosis Conference I still haven't been outside, so I'm assuming beautiful Detroit, Michigan. I am here with the CEO, the chief bottle washer, the janitor, you name it.
Everything.
The mastermind behind the Michigan Hypnosis Conference, Dan Goyette.
Hey, how are you, buddy?
I'm fantastic. I went out, had some fun last night, but then still got a full night's sleep, so I am up, ready to go. Already went to a really great session with Jim Kellner, who will have one here later on.
Excellent.
So let's talk about, let's pretend that this is being watched by people who are not attending the conference, who've never been at the conference, who might want to consider attending or maybe even presenting if they've got an interesting topic for next year's conference.
Absolutely. We started this conference in 2022. And that was in Gaylord, Michigan. And it's a very simple thing. Our mission statement is learn, share, grow. We want to help people to, elevate their business, elevate themselves, and to grow as a practitioner, as a hypnotherapist, as a stage hypnotist. We just have all those great people here. This is a good year. We've got a great mix of people coming in. Jim Kellner, as you said, was here, and he's been doing some great stuff with us. And also, William Mitchell is here, so I'm really impressed that. So he's been doing the regional conferences the longest at Heartland Hypnosis. So he came down and did a presentation for us, and we got people from England and Canada and Finland and across the United States. So it's a good mix. And then of course we've got this guy.
Right. Yeah. So yes.
Yeah.
Since you mentioned it, I will be speaking tomorrow. The topic that I'm talking on, really to boil it down, are mentalism routines and how I've crafted as a recovering mentalist. I've kind of retooled and reframed mentalism routines so that they look like hypnosis, that they don't look like magic tricks. So if you are a stage hypnosis or getting into stage hypnosis, you want something to use as an opener that doesn't look like a magic trick so that you can continue into your presentation and do your shows. That's the kind of the topic of my talk here. But, you've got such a wide variety here of not only different presenters, different backgrounds, different things that they're doing, but also, Jim's talk was about tapping into social media. So if you are coming here, you're not, there's a lot that you can learn. That's cool. From a practical, applicable doing hypnosis, whether it be stage or therapeutic here, but also, as you mentioned, growing business.
Exactly. Yeah. They keep seeing us look up. Our photographer here from Picture Perfect Photography, you can hear him. He's here doing free headshots that we have at the conference every year, because that's another thing that we like to do, is to make sure that everybody should have headshots, new headshots all the time, because we all change. You don't want to do what I call the realtor effect.
Yes.
It's like they have one business card picture was taken in 1967.
It's good then. It doesn't look anything like them now.
Exactly. So have those good headshots, and that's really important. Also, one of the things that we're doing here at the conference is, I think that it makes us stand out, is we're all about feeding you. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. We
had an open bar last night.
Yeah, that was something we tried new this year. People were like, "Hey, where's the hors d'oeuvres?" Well, we did the open bar. We wanted to see what that would be like. We're always doing new things. We're experimenting with what's maybe going to make it better. And sometimes we get it right, and sometimes we get it wrong. So you know what I mean? Because you never know. Hey, let's try this and see what happens.
I didn't hear anybody complaining about the open bar.
So
I'll at least say that.
Yeah. I only had two people that are like, "Where were the hors d'oeuvres?" It's like, well, okay.
This year, liquid
Liquid hors d'oeuvres this year. So, and we had we've had some really good discussion forum panels.
Yeah.
We do that here. We might change that for the next conference. So I don't know. We like to have different things. So like to keep it fresh. And we are really glad and appreciate you coming out here and doing the podcasting for us. So that just helps elevate the conference, I think. And,
Anything that we can do to promote it, because these things are super valuable. And here's the thing, like, I come from, as I mentioned, and I joke around about being a recovery mentalist. So I come from that background of magic and mentalism, and you show up to conferences and you show up to lectures, and the rule of thumb that I was always taught, and I think the same thing should apply to a conference like this, even though it's a different medium, is you're not looking to take everything that you've heard and learned and put it into play tomorrow.
Yeah.
But if you get just one valuable nugget out of a lecture, out of a talk that you can put into action, what that will do for you, what that will do for your show, for your practice, your career, wherever you are, because again, there's a wide variety of folks here. Just get that one nugget. You're not going to take absolutely everything from everyone, but you're going to find plenty here to feast on.
Yeah, I'm the same way. If I get like 2 or 3 good takeaways from, or 4 takeaways from a good conference, and I know that seems light, but those 4 takeaways can elevate your business or get you in a direction that is just best for you. And then you get to make those connections. I've always said, if I had the connections 8-10 years ago that I have now, I'd be so far ahead. I'd be much further ahead.
And those connections are incredibly important. And one of the things that I'll kind of take something out of what Jim's talk was, is that we were talking about things like collaborating.
Oh, yes.
As opposed to competing. We're not competitors. We're collaborators. We want to raise the bar on the industry in general.
Yeah.
And here's where it happens. This, obviously, if you're watching it, you know that it's broadcasting on my channels, which means now you folks who are part of my network now know who Dan is.
Oh, my gosh.
And when Dan goes and shares this on his network, and if you're seeing it there, you now know who I am.
And they should know you.
And together, we're raising and elevating that. Because now you'll come here. Let's say you knew Dan, you found me here, you're following the channel. I'm going to do probably 8 or 10 other episodes of this, which means there's 8 or 10 other amazing people, maybe more. Who knows? We're limited in time here, but we're going to do what we can that you might have exposure to. And you might find that perfect person that has that answer to that question that you've been thinking, or can solve that problem for you. You never know where it's coming from.
Exactly. I love to, collaboration is so huge and important. Jim Kellner is on the planning board for the Michigan Hypnosis Conference. I'm on the planning board for the Performing Hypnosis Summit. Just working together. William Mitchell was joking around with me, and he says, "Hi, I came to the conference because I want to, support you, but at the same time, I want to snipe some of your presenters." And I said, "Well, yeah." I'm like, "You're too late, William. They already went." So, like, guys that presented here last year already are presented at Heartland Hypnosis, and and I'm just so happy to see that. That's part of the Learn, Share, Grow. That's part of our mission statement. I don't want you just here at the Michigan conference. I mean, certainly we want to have you, but we want those people to go out into the world and like, hey, I did the Michigan conference. Oh, I'm going to do the Heartland conference. I'm going to do this conference. I'm going to start my own event. Whatever it might be. Just learn, share, grow. That's our mission statement. So,
and obviously, there's fortunately a variety of conferences that are available to us, because not everything works in every schedule. Last summer, I wanted to go to Heartland, but I was in Egypt, and that just wouldn't work.
That reminds me, you were in Egypt.
Yes.
Where's my hat? Where's my hat, sir?
$1.
Okay, $1. All right.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Egypt's a very interesting and fun place, and had a wonderful adventure and journey over there this summer. But so check out Michigan Hypnosis Conference. Obviously, it's too late to attend now. I don't know, you're taking somebody for the last day. Why not?
Yeah.
But it's a really great event. Next year will be the 4th year that they're doing it. And, share this, spread this out, whether you're interested in, or maybe whether it's a performing hypnotist or a hypnotherapist or somebody that's peripherally involved in the industry. Let them know. They might be exactly the missing piece that's needed for next year's conference.
Yeah. So, hey, that's about all I have to say, sir.
Cool.
Yeah, appreciate you being here. Appreciate you doing the great presentation and doing this great podcast for us.
Absolutely. So yeah, I'm down here at the end of the hall, peeing podcast, as Connie called it. So come down toward the bathroom and find where we are. And like I said, please share this on your social media so that we can let more people know about what's happening this weekend in Michigan.
Thank you for tuning in to the Between Two Minds Behind the Scenes podcast. Be sure to follow us on social media under Between Two Minds with the number 2 instead of TWO, or under Enter the Impossible. Thank you, and we hope to see you back for the next episode.